second best Polearm character in the game. I always thought she was overrated, but I have to put her in double S tier. So hi everyone, welcome to my tier list. So to begin, I want to start with Hu Tao. I consider Hu Tao to be a double S character, so I'm going to put her up there. She was my first exclusive banner 5-star. My first 5-star was Kachin. I don't like talking about that. But yeah, so I run her on a 4-piece Shiminawa set, and I like her on that set better than a Crimson Witch set. I don't know, it just feels way better. It's just my personal style. I don't really use Nuketow as much, but when I do use Nuketow, it's like 172,000 damage, and that's without a Bennett. But it involves Kazuha, and then I also need Ganyu on the field as well. But she's overall a really amazing character. She's still really meta, but like, I have out-hate them, and I prefer out-hate them. I mean, maybe because I had her for a really long time now, I don't really use her as much. But yeah, so I would recommend running the Shiminawa set if you're farming for Raiden. It's a really different gameplay, and I like how she's a standalone character in that form. But I mean, you still need Xiao. And then on to our next person. So Rosaria, I got Rosaria pretty late in the game. I got her like near when I got Ganyu, when the first Ganyu and Zhongli banner came out. And that kind of like replaced her. I never used her. I find her story pretty interesting, but besides that, I haven't used her. I would put her at I'm gonna put her at a B tier. Kind of controversial. I know she's a really good cryo applicator, and she's like really good with her burst, and she can shred physical resistances. But for my gameplay, I wouldn't really use her. But onto a character I did pull recently, I pulled Shenhe at 32 pulls. I'll consider her an A tier character. Why would I consider an A tier character? She is the cryo Bennett, but like, she's just for cryo. I mean, there is a physical resistance, but from what I've seen, you have to buy constellations for that. But besides that, I have hit a lot higher on my charged bow Ganyu. And I like that she can further enhance Ganyu's burst. Like, I hit way harder now. Yeah, but besides that, she's kind of really energy hungry. I like her story a lot too, but I would put her an A tier character. Okay, now for my personal favorite character, the Raiden Shogun, instant double S character. I know I'm kind of biased. I really like her backstory, but she's probably debatably, she's probably the best Polearm character in the whole game. So what she does is she's a battery for your team. So she collects particles and makes everyone's burst just go up quicker. I don't run her on an EM build. I do have an energy recharge Sans. I think, yeah, it's a Sans. But sometimes I use an attack one. I really like a DPS Raiden, but on the comp that I run her, it's her, Yai, Nahida, and then Zhongli. She doesn't really do anything, but I hope Nahida's like camera thing. But yeah, as a DPS with her and Bennett, ooh, they go really far. And then she unleashes the move, and she's able, if she crits, it hits really well. Her domain is like really hard to farm though, but overall, instant double S character. So now Thoma, I have him at C3. Something I found out recently is that he doesn't even shield. I was watching a video, and it's like, they show gameplay footage, and it was like, he can still be hit in the shield, he just doesn't fall back. So it's like, what's the point of making him a shield character? I'm gonna give him a C tier. Actually, no. The Birmingham teams that he's on with the bloom things, and he sets them on fire, I heard that's pretty good, but like, I personally wouldn't play him, so I'll put him at a B tier. So Xiangling has to be the second best Polearm character in the game. I always thought she was overrated, but I have to put her in double S tier. So I always thought she was overrated. I never understood the statistics for like the spiral boost usage until I used her. So I used her in a melt comp with Ganyu, Shenhe, and Bennett, and she's as good as they say. I have her at C6, and I always get like the extra star glitter for her, and her I don't know what key it is on the computer, but her skill, when she throws out Goba, she throws out a little god. And then if you build her with the Raiden set, she's pretty good. I used the Crimson Witch set on her because I don't like using it on Hu Tao, but she's still really cracked. Okay, so now it's time for a short boy Xiao. I don't own Xiao, but I do have his polearm 2 times. So yeah, I'll put Xiao in an S tier. I feel like he's still really relevant. It's interesting that he can't swirl. I know he can, but like people don't use him to swirl. Otherwise, I'm not really familiar with his kit, mostly for the fact that most of his constellations are really like strange. I see the arguments online that he has really odd constellations, but I can't really comment on this character since I don't own him. But I find it really interesting that that certain like really small child characters can not crawl underneath certain like bridges, but he, oh wait, they can, but only Xiao can't. So now Yujin. I know Yujin allows for quick normal attacks, and she's a Geo character. When I really think of her, I think about when they first announced her singing and people were being really disrespectful. But otherwise, I do own her. I would put her at an A tier. I feel like for characters that do use normal attacks, like Kamisato Hayato and then Yoimiya, I feel like she would be really good for those characters. And I do like to see diverse Geo characters as well. Geo's an element that's been kind of abandoned, and I guess she's kind of like, she doesn't really go into the traditional team comps of Albedo, Zhongli, and then who were the other two? Oh, Goro, and then like Arataki Ito. I don't know where she would fall underneath the, I don't know where you would place her in a Geo team, but hopefully Geo gets like brought back. And speaking of Geo, the Lord of Geo is a double S character. He really changed the game for me. Before I used to be really good at dodging, and then once I got him, after I got Ganyu, I just can't play healing characters anymore. I prefer like shielding. I really need my shielding because I just can't dodge anymore. And then I hate like disruption. Like Thoma would be a really irritating character for me. But yeah, and then his meteor, you can still build him crit damage and crit attack, and he will do really well with the meteor strike, and then it just helps clean up everything. His E skill provides it's an E. His E skill provides a nice shield, and it has 100% uptime, so you can just put it back while you still have it on. It's just that the initial damage that it does, like coming from the ground and then like hitting enemies, and then crystallize, the damage isn't that good, but meteor and the shielding, the boss character. Okay, so for Candace or Kandake, that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure what she exactly does. I know she can block an attack with her shield, but she can also, her burst does something hydro related. I'm not really sure about this character. I do own her. I think her design is really interesting. I like her eye up here. I think it's not the Eye of Horus. I forgot whose eye it is. And then the Onika right here, she has an amazing character design, but I'm not sure what it is that she does exactly. A lot of people didn't recommend pulling for her, but I do own her, and she's kind of aesthetic. I do like her lore in the game, so she's a defender. I thought that was pretty cool, and she goes out to fight during sandstorms, but otherwise I don't know what she really does. And then the General Mahamatra, Cyno, he's inspired by Anubis. His whole design, it looks good. His gameplay is kind of alright. I wish he did better damage, because he does have a cool character design, and he's a short person like Xiao, so it would have been funny too. Otherwise, his burst, it looks kind of cool. It reminds me of an upgraded Razor, but it's pretty cool. I'm glad to see Electro characters in the spotlight. I know that he can hit every single reaction in the game as well, which is cool. Otherwise, he's a pretty cool character. I'm debating in my head right now, should I put him on an S or an A tier character? I'll probably ask some people later. For now, I'll put him as an A character. And then last but not least is Yao-Yao. I'm debating pulling for Baiju, and then if I don't get him, I'll just use Yao-Yao instead. I could have had her as C3, but I didn't do that one event where you could get a free leeway character. But yeah, her E skill where you just throw out the bunny, it doesn't heal that well, but her burst, and she can get it up pretty quickly with the right weapon. It heals like crazy, and it's actually really good. I think, controversial take, but I think she's an S character. Single player healing, not that well, but like her burst is really good. And then I don't even have her fully built right now. She's only at 60 and she still does really good. But yeah, I was thinking about this when I was making the video. Now let's just kind of sort them. So I would put Raiden Shogun first as the first double S character. And then like that. So Raiden, Hu Tao. No, I would put Zhongli before Xiangling. I don't know how to say her name. So like that, I'll put the 3 5-stars first. Now I'll keep them like that. And then the double S, no, the regular S characters, it's fine like that because it is a 5-star. And then the A tier, I would put Cyno after or after Shenhe. And then B, I would keep it like that. I still want to put Thoma as C, but I guess that's it. Well, that will be all. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.